Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Marlies and this is Bitnits and another Mystery Makes Monday. In this video, I'm going to spin a wheel, going to pick a mystery pattern for us, and these are patterns that I have curated from the internet. They're all free as of June 2026, and we are going to try to make that pattern in 1 week. Last week we made our floral cami. I'll link that video up here somewhere if you're interested in checking that video out. That was a super fun, quick garment actually, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we're gonna make this week. So let's jump over to the computer and spin the wheel. It's time to spin the wheel for our week 2 mystery make. I've removed last week's pick, which was our floral cami. So that one has been removed from the choices. 3, 2, 1. What's it gonna be? The sun hat. All right, so our mystery pattern for week 2 is a sun hat. So I need to go with some cotton yarn. I've looked at the pattern a little bit and I'll link it down below. So if you're interested in working this pattern up with us this week, it'll be down below. It says that we need to use, I think it's Lion Brand Rewind, which is a yarn that I do not have personally in my stash right now. There's a note in the pattern that said the testers completed this test pattern using Lion Brand 24/7 cotton. I also do not have enough 24/7 in my stash to use that. However, I'm thinking the Karen, that is the all-day cotton yarn, will work for our sun hat. That's what I'm going to go with. We'll see how it turns out. Let's take a look at some yarn and see what colors we have. In my cotton yarn stash, all right here, these two variegated self-striping kind of yarns are Karen all-day cotton yarns, but I don't necessarily want to use one that has these different colors. I'm not sure if I want that kind of look or not, so I'm going to head over to a solid color. I've got this one here, which is ice blue. I also have this pink, and the color for this is cherry. And I've got this purple. The color is grape popsicle. These are my 3 choices. I'm leaning towards the blue or the purple, although the cherry is also very nice. I might just have to flip a coin to decide the color of this project. And I think I've settled on the purple. a bit frustrated. And when I say a bit, I'm very frustrated with this pattern so far. I don't know if it's just me. I had to frog and redo from scratch, from the start, like 3 times. Finally, even though my stitch count was still not matching up, I still am not sure if I'm doing it correctly. Let's just keep going. I'm going to do the best I can for rows 5 and 6, and going forward until I get to the brim, we're just gonna see what happens. So let me show you where I'm at so far. This is how it's looking after, I think I'm on round 17 right now. When you get to round 5, so I got up to round 5 pretty much with no issue because it's just a standard circular increase. You don't join. I used a stitch marker. My stitch counts were all fine. When I got to row 5, you start doing a single crochet V-stitch, chain 1, skip 1, and there's a certain pattern repeat in that round, and then again in round 6 and 7 and 8 and so on. And I was not getting it. I was not getting the right stitch count. I'm still not sure if I have the right stitch count. My rounds are not ending where they're supposed to end. So I just said, I'm gonna just go with this. I'm not gonna keep redoing it. I don't have all day or all week to figure out 2 rounds at the beginning of the pattern. That could come back to hurt me. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if this pattern turns out to be a fail. But this is how it's looking. You can't really tell, but it is starting to curve up a little bit, get some sides on it. And I'm just gonna keep going. Right now, I'm at the point where I just need to work single crochet and then we'll be doing the brim. So I would say I'm probably 50 to 60% done, but so far this pattern is starting to stress me out. Here's the update on our sun hat. I have finally finished the whole top portion. This is the entire cap and side portion. I am now working the brim. So this part of the pattern from here to here was super easy. It was a single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in the next, and then each following around you just worked your single crochets into that chain 1 space, but the pattern was essentially all the same. Where I struggled up here at the top was with those increases, and I'm hoping I don't have the same problem down here, because to create the brim we also need to increase in certain sections of the round, and that is where I really got tripped up. Rows 5, 6, 7, up at the top here. Otherwise, this is not looking too bad. My last row that I did was a front post single crochet. So you can kind of see that it is turning up a little bit, and that will help flare out our brim. That's what it looks like on the inside. So I'm just gonna keep going. It is time to change to a 4mm crochet hook. I've got mine right here, ready to go. That's where the start of the round is, and I'm just gonna keep going. I should be able to finish the brim today, but we'll see. I'll let you know as soon as this is done. Are you all ready to see the final sun hat? Here it is. So I actually think I didn't mess the whole thing up. As difficult as this top part was for me at the time, I think that was a me issue. The pattern clearly has it written. In fact, there's even a special note section within that pattern that has exactly how you read the brackets and the parentheses. My problem was there was a lot of parentheses within brackets and a lot of repeats that weren't the same all the way around. So you would have to work like 8 stitches in single crochet, let's say. And that would be the start of a bracket. And then there would be a parentheses where you'd have to do some smaller repeat within that round. And then it would say, do that, times 4. You would do that, and then the end of the bracket. I got confused as to where exactly that repeat was. But after the third time, I just said, I know my stitch count is not where it should be, but I can't sit here all week just trying to get this top part right. I like the little details, so you can see down in this portion right here, we work some double crochet cluster stitches, and then there's a little bit of a space in between each of those. Down here, to create the little ledge for the brim, if we look on the inside, you can see right there, and that is your front post stitches. And then at the bottom, we do another double crochet cluster. Most of the entire hat is just single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet. So it came out actually so much better than I thought. You start off using a 5mm crochet hook all the way down. I think it's like the second row in the brim. You change to the 4mm crochet hook. So here we go. Let's try her on. Cute, right? So much better than what I was expecting when I was just starting and getting totally stuck at the top there. I did use that Caron All Day Cotton, so it's not the recommended yarn for this project, but it's similar enough to like the Lion Brand 24/7 that I think it worked up just fine. This is the second ball, and I've got most of it left. 173 yards. I'd say I got a few rows into the brim with that first ball of yarn, and then I switched and just tied on another ball, and I have most of that one left. So it was just a few rows at the very end that I needed that extra yarn for. Again, I think it came out super cute. I want to say that it is an easy pattern, but for me it really wasn't. I really did struggle at the top, and I don't know why, because I've read patterns that have repeats like that. It could have just been me not processing at that time. Maybe too much on the mind, I don't know. But anyway, overall, it came out really cute. I'm really happy with it. Would I make it again? Probably, but not anytime soon. I'm going to give my brain a break from this hat, and we're going to move on to the mystery make for next week. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in next week's Mystery Monday. Bye.